Hello there, boys and girls. Please make yourselves comfortable, because you've just found yourself in a classroom of a very eccentric academy. My name is Cademan David, or as mad scientists might call me, Mr. Cow. I'll be your teacher for all things nerdy in science fiction. Now grab your shovels and dig up dead bodies, because today we're talking about Frankenstein. So this is going to be a even less planned out video than my usual less planned out videos. I just finished watching the new Netflix Frankenstein movie, and I have thoughts that I want to share, so that's what this video is about. But right off the bat, what did I think of the movie? Did I like it? And the answer to that is, holy guacamole, I really like this movie. The entire thing is absolutely beautiful. It's well casted. Everything in it seems very intentional and very purposeful. And it's nice to see that when so many movies are just the same sort of action superhero movie type stuff that dominates the culture nowadays. And this movie is interesting because it kind of has a theme that I didn't necessarily expect, and that theme is sort of how hurt people, and how your actions have consequences on the lives of other people. And it's very beautiful, I think. Because the movie, it starts with Victor Frankenstein as a younger child, and you see his father pass down all this sort of baggage onto Victor, and then by the end of the movie you see Victor transfer that baggage onto the closest thing he has to a son, which is the monster. And the entire story is told in sort of a flashback where part one is told from the perspective of Victor, and then part two is told from the perspective of the monster, sort of telling his side of the story. And it's really cool. I really like that sort of framing device. Now, I will warn you, this movie is very gruesome, so if that's something that you have a problem with, I would recommend staying away from it. But I did really like this movie. And it's interesting watching this movie because I just watched Victor Frankenstein, the movie called Victor Frankenstein, which stars James McAvoy, who's one of my favorite actors and is extremely well casted in that movie. But that movie is very much like, what if Marvel did Frankenstein? You know, it's very sort of the basic action movie stuff that we've gotten for a long time that, you know, feels like more of a cash grab than like a passion project. You know, I think it is a fine movie, and, you know, super good cast on that movie as well, with Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy, who I think are both very good actors. But overall, that movie just isn't as pretty as this movie, or as philosophical as this movie, I guess, is another thing. And, you know, I said earlier, this movie is well casted too. I think This is the best role. I forget the actor who plays Victor Frankenstein in this movie, but I've seen him in a number of things, Star Wars, Moon Knight, and this is the best I've seen from that actor, both in Star Wars and Moon Knight. It could be just because I didn't like those movies, but I didn't really care for him. I thought he did wonderful as Victor Frankenstein. Um, extremely good casting there. So overall, I just really liked this movie. I think it's as rad as fudge. But what did you think of this movie? I'd like to hear it. Do you prefer the Victor Frankenstein movie? Which Frankenstein movie is your favorite? And why? I want to hear all those things in the comments section. And if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, I would recommend you do so. Now, if you like spooky things, I'll link my playlist for my reviews of the TV show Supernatural. That will be right up there. But that is all I have time for today in this class. So, class dismissed, and in the words of Christopher Eccleston, live fantastic. Farewell.